Thank you so much for all the love that you've been giving for the vision board video. I really did not expect so many of you to get inspired by that, because every time when you start creating your vision board, for all of you who are wondering what I'm talking about, I think the previous video on my YouTube channel will be a detailed video on how you can create your vision board. Please go ahead and check that out, because it is a very powerful tool that will help you in the process of manifestation. I am not the kind of a person who's going to tell you just because you have a vision board, you're going to manifest everything that you want in your life. But by having a vision board, it changes a neural chemistry inside of your brain that in a way helps you get to achieving all of your goals. So now we understand the vision board tool, which will help us to achieve whatever we want. But how do we set goals for 2026? How many times in the past have we sat down on January 1st or December 31st, wrote down 10 to 15 different goals? Said, I want this, I want this, I want to be married, I want to make $1 million, I want to do this, I want to do this. And by the end, so for example, even whenever you're watching this video right now, you're probably at the end of 2025 and you're looking back at the year and realizing that maybe something about this was wrong. Because every time when you start off with doing your goals, right? All of us consciously want to live a beautiful life. All of us consciously want to work hard towards creating the life that we want. But what is that happens in between that makes us lose the momentum? So today's session is going to be a very unique way of setting your goals, because we're not going to look at 2026 as one entire year. We're going to look at it as 4 different quarters. Like how if you're running a business, or if you choose to run a business in the future, you'll understand how we divide the year into quarters, so that you do the proper review system, you start to analyze what's working, what's not working. We're going to adapt the same methodology into our goal setting process, which I'll be teaching you in a minute. But before that, let's understand why is that on January 1st, this is who you are. On January 1st, there is so much of momentum and you create all these goals. For the first 2 weeks, you go at it, you start working towards it. But then after the first 2 weeks, you go back to your old ways of living. Because for the first 2 weeks, all that you use is your willpower. I want to accomplish this, I'm going to do this. I'm going to accomplish this, I'm going to do this. After a few weeks, the willpower just starts to wear out. Because the willpower starts to wear out, you go back into your old ways of living. And now because you go back into your old ways of living, you start getting addicted to guilt again. Oh my God, I told myself I was going to do this, I cannot do this. And now, because this has become a very, very strong pattern, I want to do something, I get started, I fall back. I want to do something, I get started, I fall back. Because this entire path has become so strong, now the next time you set out something in your mind saying, this is how I want to do things, your mind already knows, no matter how hard you try, you're not going to finish that, because that has become your pattern. So the goal for us in 2026 is to take it slow. We are not in any hurry where we set out 25 to 30 goals and we push ourselves to do all of it and end up doing absolutely nothing. That is not what we're going to focus on. We're going to focus on taking it slow, rewiring both our nervous system and the subconscious mind to the identity that we want to become in the future. Unless you do that, you will always keep doing back and forth. What I would recommend is, if you're watching this video without your notebook, please pause this video. And some of you might also have this habit. Oh, this is a great video, so I want to learn from this. I'm going to save this somewhere, and once I go back home or once I get some time, I'm going to sit down and watch this video. How many videos in the past have you saved like this and you've gone back and you've revisited that video? It's very unlikely, right? This is also a pattern. I get the dopamine high because I found something that has the potential to change my life. I'm going to put it on the backtrack and I'm just going to do whatever I feel like doing at this point of time for all the cheap dopamine hits. And then I go back home, my energy is down. Now I don't feel like watching the video. Now I'm going to just push it off. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to sit down and watch the video completely. Grab a notebook and a pen. If you don't have a notebook and a pen, start making notes on your phone or start making notes on your WhatsApp, send it to somebody. Okay. So the goal of 2026 is for us to go slow, create actual change, and manifest the goals that you've really created for yourself so that you build that muscle of resilience inside of you, and you build an identity inside of you that says, if I set my mind to something, I will eventually end up accomplishing that. That has to be the goal for all of you who's watching this particular video. So what we're going to do first is, we're going to divide the year as 4 different quarters. The first quarter is Jan, Feb, March. The second quarter is April, May, June. The third quarter is July, August, September. And the last one is October to December. Okay, you're going to divide your entire year into 4 quarters, and we have a theme for every single quarter. The first quarter is reset. Okay, you're going to start resetting. The second quarter, I'm going to take a look at a lot of my notes because I've created a lot of notes so that I don't miss out on any pointers that needs to be conveyed to you. So if you see me seeing here, it's like a bunch of notes I've created just so that you can create goals in the right way. Okay, the second one is alignment. And the third quarter is about momentum. And the fourth quarter is about finishing. This is very, very important because most of us don't even know how to finish something that we started. Our body does not even have a memory of that. Our body always has a memory of, I look at something, I get excited about that, I go peak about that, a couple of weeks, I come back down, and so I don't even have a memory of finishing. So this finish is not just going to come here, it is going to come in all the 3 quarters. I'm going to help you understand how you can get started with that. Okay, so let's start off with quarter 1. So quarter 1, you're going to be in January. Okay, the first thing, what we're going to establish in quarter 1 is clarity. When I say clarity, I want you to start becoming aware of what you want to create for yourself. Because most people screw up in this part of the year. Oh, random goals, and then they screw up. No, become clear about what do I want to create for myself. Sit with yourself and become clear about that. So to start off with, just look at your life entirely, not just 2026. Look at your life entirely. From the space of awareness and consciousness that you are in right now, if you had to look at your future, what are the kind of things that you want to create for yourself in your external reality, and what kind of emotions do you want to experience on the inside? And this list can be any number. It can be 15, 20, 25, 100. It can be anything. So let's say you create a list of 25 things. That is, what are the things I want to create in my external reality? And what are the things I want to experience on the inside as a result of creating this? This is not pertaining to 2026. This is for the rest of your life with the level of awareness that you have. Do you think these 25 things are going to change over time? 100%. As you evolve and grow, this also will start to evolve and grow. This is going to give you a direction. This is going to give you a sense of movement and momentum from where you are in life at this point of time. Okay. Once you've created this, ask yourself, from these 25 things, what are the 4 things I want to create in 2026? Just, this number can be any number. What are the 4 things you want to create in 2026? Now, when I said we are going to slow down, we're actually going to slow down. When you pick up the 4 things, let me give you examples and how you have to break this down. Let's say the first one is you want to start making 2 lakhs per month salary. Let's say the second one is you want to start a podcast. Let's say the third one is you want to become 60 kilos weight. And let's say the fourth one is, what can we create? Let's say you want to get married, or find your soulmate. Okay, these are the 4 things that I want to accomplish in 2026. So in order for me to accomplish all of this in 2026, I need to become clear about 2 things. The first thing I need to become clear about is, okay, take a look at this. I'm going to flip the page. Okay, I'm going to come back to this page again if there is any need. The first thing I'm going to become clear about is, what are my existing beliefs plus identity. When I think about all these 4 things, let's say the first one is I want to make 2 lakhs per month every single month. What are my beliefs about myself and money? I believe it's very difficult to make money. I believe the opportunities are very limited. I believe I don't come from a good background, which means I don't have a possibility to make a lot of money. So these are my beliefs about money. Write them down. You're existing. The word here is existing. What are your existing beliefs about money? So once you've written down what your existing beliefs about money are, ask yourself, what is my identity with respect to money? I always think before spending. I always feel a sense of scarcity on the inside. I always look at people who are very rich and I become jealous about them. So become aware of all of that. There's nothing wrong with this. Unless you become aware of who you are, you cannot become who you intend to be. Okay? Once you've written this, the second task is, so this is the answers for your current version. Whoever you are right now with all 4 things that you listed out. Now, think about your future version in 2026, December 31st. Okay? Now, this version has everything. This version has figured out a way to make 2 lakhs per month. This version has figured out a way to get started with their podcast. This version has figured out a way to become the fittest version of themselves. And finally, they are in love with their soulmate. So now, you're going to time travel and go back 1 year down the line and ask yourself, what are the beliefs this version will have? When you actually start making 2 lakhs per month every single month, as an example, you can have whatever you want. What beliefs do you have about money? It's not very difficult to make money. I am a money magnet. It's so easy for me to attract money and opportunities in my life. Let's say you've attracted your soulmate. I feel so loved. I'm deserving of being in a relationship. I'm deserving of being in a marriage. Let's say you started doing your podcast. I'm so grateful that all these amazing guests loved the way I ask questions and it is benefiting a lot of people. So the beliefs that you have here are going to be so different from the beliefs that your current version has. Make a list of this, make a list of this. Done with that? Keep that with you. Once you're done with that, now I want you to, the reason why we do this is because we want to understand what is the gap between your current version and your future version. Once you're done with that, I want you to go back to this page and ask yourself, what are the 3 action steps I need to take for each one in order for me to accomplish that? So what are the 3 action steps I need to take there for this one? Change my belief system. Start reading about investing. Learn new skills, depending on what you like. Okay? What are the 3 things that you can do for this? 3 action steps, 3 action steps. That is all. So I have 4 goals. I've become aware of what my belief system are, existent belief system and the belief system of my future self and the identity of my future self. What are the action steps I need to take with respect to every particular goal? Okay? Once you're done with this, for quarter 1, okay? For quarter 1, of all the 4 goals you've written, quarter 1, pick 1 goal. Not all the goals. Not 10 goals, 20 goals. Just pick 1 goal. Let's say the goal you've picked is become 60 kilos. This is the goal that you've picked. So when I pick 1 goal, always I would recommend, especially in the first quadrant, that is the first quarter, pick a goal that is tangible, which you can visibly see the difference. It can be money, or it can be a change, or it can be a physical transformation, because this rewires the brain in ways that you can't even imagine. Because when you think about growth mindset, all of that is intangible. But when you think about losing weight, when you think about starting something, that has a tangible result. So I would recommend pick something that has tangible result. Okay? Remember, Q1, the quarter 1, is not about changing everything. It's about proving to yourself that you can stick to something. This is all you have to do. And I have a bunch of non-negotiables that I want you to do in quarter 1. There are 3 non-negotiables. One is morning. So I'm going to write it down. So morning, throughout the day, night. Morning, the non-negotiables are, the first one is you get a 7-hour sleep no matter what. No matter what happens, you go to bed by 10 o'clock or 10:30, 9 o'clock, 9:30, whatever time you go to bed, you get a non-negotiable sleep of 7 hours. The second one, you will move your body no matter what every single day. It can be as simple as going for a 10-minute walk. It can be going for a swim, going for a run, going for cycling. It can be anything. You will do minimum one activity to move your body. And the third one, you will eat right for a minimum of 5 days a week. Minimum of 5 days a week you will eat right. The remaining 2 days is up to you. You want to cheat, you don't want to cheat, that's completely up to you. Minimum 5 days. Why is this important? Because in order for your brain to think a specific way, in order for your brain to secrete those chemicals in your body in the most optimal way, internally everything should be intact. And what is the most important thing? Your sleep, your diet, your physical activity. So all these three are going to be non-negotiable when it comes to morning. Now throughout the day, non-negotiable is you will put your phone on silent. All your notifications off when you're doing some deep work. Okay, you're going to put your phone on silent, non-negotiable, when you're doing some deep work. And the next one is 1 hour of learning every single day. It can be books, it can be podcasts, it can be audiobooks, it can be conversations with somebody. 1 hour of intense learning every single day. And night, before you go to sleep, you're going to journal 5 gratitudes. What are the things I'm genuinely grateful for before you go to sleep? And you're going to plan for the next day. Okay, so quarter one is only going to be about pick one goal, the action steps that you've written down. Every day you're going to do those action steps. You're going to have non-negotiables morning, throughout the day and night. Once you do this, just do this consistently for 90 days. January, Feb, March, by the end of this, you're done with quarter one. You're also done with creating a system inside of you where now your body believes you. You've lasted through the change. You've not given up on the change like you would previously. So now we're successfully done with quarter one. Because we have successfully done with quarter one without a lot of overwhelm, now you have 90 days of proof. Remember this, every time you get started with something and you don't give up on that, your body feels very differently. Now you have 90 days of proof. Now what you will do is you will add one new habit. One new habit plus add goal number 2. First one, let's say we've taken up the goal of fitness. The second one can be the goal of podcast, can be the goal of making money, can be the goal of working on finding your partner. Okay, we're going to take up goal 2. Now in the second quarter, the first quarter you clearly know, because first quarter is trial and experiment. You know what's draining your energy and what's draining your mindset. It can be circumstances, things that you're addicted to, food that you're addicted to, and people that you're addicted to also. This is the quarter where you let go of anything that is kind of draining you in the process. So in quarter 2, we take one new habit, we take one new goal, and then what we do is we let go of things and people that drain us in the process. Now, what we start introducing is, we start introducing weekly routines. We start introducing weekly routines. So what I want you to do is, take your notebook right now. So divide Monday to Sunday. Okay, Monday to Sunday. Monday is going to be the day where you plan the week. You plan the week and set 3 priorities. Monday is only going to be about planning the week, because the more you create structure for your life, the more freedom you feel. So now whatever priority you've set out on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, you will execute those 3 things. Just execute those 3 things. This is with respect to goal 1, goal 2 and with respect to your mindset. And then Friday, you will sit down and review what you've accomplished and what you didn't and why. Review meetings in business are the most crucial aspects. So are they in your own life. So you'll sit down and review what worked well, what didn't work well, and why it didn't work well. And Saturday is rest and passion project. So whatever you're really passionate about that you may not be able to monetize at this point of time. Or let's say you really want to watch a movie, you want to just hang out with somebody, all of that happens on Saturday. And Sunday is preparation for the week. It can be preparing your schedule, preparing your mindset, resting really well. So Monday to Sunday, you have clear plans of what you will be doing. Please remember, most people fail not because they don't know what to do, just because they don't have a system. So with all of this, we would have completed 2 quarters. Imagine you've reached June. You've reached June and there are 2 goals. One goal, you've smashed it. The second goal, you're in the process of doing it. You've removed people who drain your energy. You've removed the things that you're aware of that drains your energy, and you have a clear-cut calendar which is stuck on the wall of your bedroom or your bathroom. And every time when you look at that, you see all those tick marks, you feel that dopamine hit in your body. This is the real dopamine that you should be chasing, not the cheap ones. So now we're looking into quarter 3, which is July, August, September. Imagine this, half the year is done and you're already way ahead than most people. I understand comparison is not what gives us that kind of a push or a kick, but it is slightly nice to see that everybody, when they started off with so many goals, they did not really get far in their life. You just started off with 4 goals and 2 goals are almost done. So this is where you build momentum. This is the phase where most people kind of give up, because true change does not happen in January. It happens in July. How much you're willing to stick to the old things, because this is the hardest part. There are going to be so many distractions. Distractions in terms of weddings, there are going to be so many concerts, vacations, all of that are going to be distractions because they'll take you out of your momentum and you have to learn to get back into momentum once again. So here, what we do is we introduce goal 3. Once we introduce goal 3, we're going to introduce a new habit. The new habit will be waking up earlier compared to whatever time you're waking up at this point of time. Imagine you're waking up at 7 o'clock, you go to 6. You're waking up at 6, go to 5. Waking up at 5, go to 4:30. Okay? This is very, very good because you get more productive time in the process. And because you've been churning, there can be a little bit of a fatigue that you will feel at this phase. Fatigue is very, very normal. When you feel that fatigue, give yourself a little bit of a break. And this is the phase where I recommend you take a vacation, preferably in nature. Because nature has this beautiful ability to reset you back. It resets your energy, it resets your alignment back into process. And this is where we also introduce daily tracking. So you're not going to get started with your daily tracking from January. You get started with your daily tracking from July. So what do I mean by daily tracking? Track the things that truly matter to you, not the things that you track just for the sake of tracking. So days you hit the main habit, track them. Hours of deep work per week. So for example, let's say every day 2 hours I'm studying on the things that I want to create. Track that. Know how much work you're doing on an every single week basis and how you feel, your energy levels every time. See, I'll tell you something, especially when you track your energy levels, when you're in a state of flow and you have enough track record of that, you have enough data for that, you always figure a way out to go back to your flow state because it just changes your energy altogether. And next, please track your wins every single day, no matter how small they are. No matter how small they are. Today, I didn't feel like waking up. I still woke up. That's a win. Why is this important? The more you acknowledge yourself, you're telling yourself that you're worthy of all the things that are coming your way. Because you've done the work, you're in the process. But the less you acknowledge yourself and you say, yeah, I did this, but I did not do so many things, which means every time when something that you truly desire and deserve is a part of your life, you sabotage it. You say, no, I don't deserve this because I've not done the work enough. Okay? So this, by tracking this, you understand that data does not lie, your feelings do. By having this kind of a data about your life, you'll be like the top 1% of the world. And then finally comes Q4, the finish, which most people don't. Because last 3 months, think about it, how does the energy change in October? Yeah, now is the festive season, let's get into the festive mode. We have Diwali, we have Navaratri, we have Christmas, we have New Year, we have this and that, and we have so many things. But that cannot be an excuse for us to not do the things that we started off with an intention, right? So we're going to enjoy all of that, but still we're going to stay on track. Because this 1 year, what you do will guarantee you 5 years of progress. 5 years of progress in less than 1 year is one of the best things that you can accomplish. So now, what you will do is you will finish what you started. Pick out the goal for, you'll finish what you started, and now this is where you will reflect on how far you've come. And this is where you look at your vision board and say, shit, most of what I've put on my vision board have come true because I put in the work. And this is where you get ready for 2027. Please remember, accomplishing your goals. See, while manifestation, so many people talk about it, calling it the voodoo stuff, write this here, put it here. No. You've got to become a vibrational match. And there is nothing more powerful in making you the vibrational match of the desires that you want other than taking inspired action. Imagine just sitting with yourself and creating this roadmap itself gives you so much of energy and push from within for you to go back and become in alignment with that. With all of this, my recommendation is do a lot of energy work. Do a lot of introspection, sitting with yourself in silence. Do a lot of visualization process, which will enable you, which will speeden up the process of accomplishing all of this. And so many of you have been asking me if I do masterclasses. Yes, I do masterclasses. You can find the link somewhere in the page or on the Instagram page also. And when you've created your vision board, I would love to see them. Send me a DM on Instagram. Create your vision board, send a picture of that. I would love to see them. Please remember, let 2026 not be yet another year where you know what you're supposed to do, you're clear about your goals, but you don't end up taking action. Create the system for yourself. You'll see how magically your life will change, and you'll have 5 years of progress in less than 1 year. And that is what I genuinely want for all of you. All the very best, and I'll see you in the next video.